Well, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to JJD TV. I'm your host, Josh, and we're here on a nice little Monday to do a little discussion about some transfer news, and there is a lot of it. There's a lot of rumors that are going around. You can probably tell by the thumbnail which players we're mostly going to be touching on today. I have my phone on once again. Make sure that I look and sound okay. And yeah, so if you guys can't tell by the thumbnail, we'll be talking about MALEN today. We're going to be talking about the Sancho rumors. Brandt rumors have been going like crazy. Madueke rumors as well. So it should be a whole lot of fun. And also Zorc and Sebastian Kiel. So, you know, the same old, same old. Hope you guys are doing good today on your Mondays, wherever you guys are watching from. But there is a lot to touch on today, so I just want to get right into it. We'll say hi to everyone who's in the chat right now. Luke says sell Brandt. Well, I mean, that could be a possibility. Yusuf's here. Yusuf, how you doing, my man? Celebrating his contest win. White's here, says let's go. We will get MALEN. I'm feeling a bit worried. We haven't heard about it. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know, but there's a lot of news for today. There's a shitload of news for today, guys. It should be fun to talk about, but we're gonna have to wait and see. But Sebastian Kiel has confirmed that he is to take over from Zorc as sporting director next summer. That is very cool. That is the right move, in my opinion. Let me know what you guys think about that. I'm excited for that. Yusuf, hope you're doing well, and I appreciate you bringing that up because, yeah, for me, I mean, let me know in the comments what you guys think about it, but it obviously it seemed like it was going to happen. I feel like it's the right call. Very excited for it. Where's Josh? It's Monday, guys. Come on, give me a break. I'm coming. Lots of news for the day. Yes, there is, my man. Yes, there is. Hello, how you doing? Good morning. Madueke isn't coming. PSV said they won't sell him. And that's a beautiful thing about conflicting reports, because I'm gonna start touching on a lot of the reports today, and I'm just gonna get in your guys' just opinions on it. But I mean, I don't know where do you guys want to start? Brandt? I feel like Brandt's might be a good one to start. I mean, there's even Berkey news, there's Bellardi news, there's a crap load of news that we got to touch on today. So let's just pick a point and I guess go from there. I say we start with Brandt. Also, we're linked with Hamburg's Onuna, but that's temporary news. We're gonna start with Brandt, guys, for today. So Julian Brandt has reportedly agreed personal terms with Lazio, 4 years, 3.5 mil per year plus bonuses, and the talks have already taken place. Dortmund said that they're willing to sell him for around 25 to 30 mil. So that's one interesting piece of information. On top of that, there was, if you guys can check out Brandt's Instagram, he said he can't wait to start training. So let me know what you guys think, because those are two conflicting reports that happened within, honestly, like an hours of each other. They basically said that he's agreed personal terms with Lazio. Doesn't mean the deal is going to go through. So that Lazio is probably willing to spend up to what Dortmund evaluate him at, between that 25 to 30 mil. But then Brandt goes ahead and posts on his Instagram saying that he's excited for the new season and ready to get started. So it's a lot of people I saw were going on Twitter about it. My 2 cents is I think Brandt might be open to a move. I think Dortmund are open to a move, but I also think Brandt's willing to stay and fight. You guys know my opinion on Brandt. I think it's probably a good idea for him to move on for his own career, but let's touch on that rumor first before we move on to the other ones, and let me know what you guys think in the comments on it. Drop a like, guys, if you were just joining us today. Of course, subscribe if you're new. And I'm going to go through the comments and try to catch up. Fan TV Live says, hello, my Canadian friend. Hello, my friend. How are you doing today? Virtual hug from Steve. Steve, you're a good guy, man. You're a good guy. I don't mind Kiel if Dortmund pair him with Stuttgart. Yeah. I don't mind. I think Kiel is the perfect kind of guy to step in here. I honestly do. He knows the club inside out. He's been here for a while. Captain the team. I think it's just a natural fit. Only MALEN should come, and we need to keep Brandt, even if it's just for depth. So I disagree with that. If you're asking me, and we sell Sancho and Brandt and replace him with Madueke and MALEN, that's phenomenal for me. That's phenomenal. We don't need another center attacking midfielder. We need wingers desperately. Madueke is a natural winger. MALEN can play in the wing, can play up front. But Brandt, I don't know. You guys know my opinion, but a lot of you guys have conflicting opinions that we need Brandt. But I just feel with Gio and Royce playing in that 10 position, Brandt's just doesn't have a chance. Like the video, guys, if you wouldn't mind. what brand too, how much money would we get for both of them, and where would they go? So Brandt is linked to Lazio for about 25 to 30 mil. That is what Dortmund are willing to sell him for, and that is what Lazio, I believe, are willing to pay. I also read reports that it may be a loan deal, an original loan deal for Brandt with option to purchase. I don't think we should touch the loan deals unless it's an obligation. I think that we should sell him if we are to sell him. Do you think that Jadon Sancho will join Manchester United? Hit me up because I want to know about it. I do think he's going to join Manchester United. I think that the deal will probably go down once the Euros are over. What are your goals for the channel? Interesting question. I like it. I like it. My goal is to do this full time. So I put myself in a position where I can put a lot more time and effort into the channel. So we're hopefully, if you guys keep enjoying the content, you might make it come true. So we got some cool projects coming up in the future. Obviously, one with that involves Borussia Dortmund themselves. So those are my goals, just to keep pushing away. I'd like to get to 5K subs before my 1 year on YouTube, which is coming up in a few months. So you never know. You never know. Josh, I'm confused. Someday there's reports that we're going to sign Malen only and then Madueke only. Why not both? Maybe unrealistic though. I think some of it will have to do with Brandt. In my opinion, I said before, I don't think that we're going to. I think Malen is the Sancho replacement. I think if Sancho goes, Malen's the guy coming in. However, if Brandt is sold too, I think then they're going to maybe reinvest that money into Madueke, who can play in the wings, and that's the way I think of it. So I've heard reports that they both have come in. I've heard reports of just one or the other, but my opinion is if we sell Brandt, some of that money will be reinvested in Madueke, and we will sign them both. Good old Monday. If Malen goes, Liverpool is our real option. Is Andre Silva? So no. A couple reasons. So I don't think we're going to target Andre Silva because the thing about Malen is I believe we were going to bring him here to play on the wings. Andre Silva cannot play on the wings. So Andre Silva has to start as a striker or as a dual striker in a 4-1-2-1-2. If Andre Silva is not playing that, he will not be very useful on the wings. Malen, yes, he's better as playing as a dual striker or a lone striker, but he can play in the wings. He's done it before. And we're going to use him on the wings for the upcoming season with the hopes and looks to maybe move him centrally in the future. So if Malen doesn't come this year and Liverpool beat us to the punch, I bet you we sign a winger as opposed to a striker. I don't think Andre Silva is going to come to us. There's also reports today that Andre Silva has been linked to RB Leipzig, which would be a huge move for him. Andre Silva to RB Leipzig is honestly, to me, it's a match made in heaven. We'll see how that goes on. But from what I'm reading, man, it seems like PSV are very, very aware that Malen will probably leave. And I don't know. I feel like that gentleman's agreement still got to be in there somewhere. He might not be at the France match watch along, so I'm here now. That's all right. Rosa finally going to be presented this week. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Couple days. Brandt won't leave. He's our boy, and this is his last chance with Rosa. We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out if he's gonna stay, if he's gonna go. It's gonna depend on what Marco Rosa wants. It's gonna depend on what Brandt wants. But there's heavy reports of linking him away right now, and those are the terms that we read. He's agreed personal terms with Lazio. This was a report that happened 5 hours ago. 3.5 million per year plus bonuses. Talks have already taken place, and Dortmund are willing to sell between 25 and 30 mil. So, and then on top of that, it says Borussia Dortmund's top priority is signing goal-scoring winger Daniel Malen. PSV are asking around 30 million euros. But they don't have, and then it goes on to say that he's not the only one who they're targeting, and Madueke is on the list as well for a winger. And if we do target that winger, it's a huge option. On top of that, another amazing report, which I had a feeling was, but I'm going to read it very carefully for you guys to understand. It says, Borussia Dortmund are also looking at a young central defender of high class to pair with Mats Hummels, Akanji, and Emre Can. So I like reading that, because if they would have said they're looking for a young central defender, I would have felt that Dortmund would have went out and targeted anyone to get a young talented kid in there, but I like it. Young central defender of high class. To me, that speaks Lacroix, even though I know that we're ruled out because of, money. But that is interesting, because I told you guys for a while now, Kobel, probably St. Juice, could be someone else, Malen. Those are the 3 signings. Madueke will be dependent on Brandt if he ships on. But there is a crap load of news to get on today, guys, so I will try to keep whipping through these comments. Let me know your opinions on the transfers. Are BVB buying Madueke? We are linked with them. We're linked with them and Malen. I don't know right now. It'll depend on if Brandt gets sold and where the money will come from. How much did we get for Velarde? So Velarde got sold to Marseille for, it was in my notes somewhere. Where's our boy? I think 10 or so mil, 11 mil, 18 mil. I don't remember. I can't find it in my notes. But I believe we sold him for pretty much what we bought him for. So I think it was closer to 18, but I'll have to double check. Or Malen. I believe both. It depends on the way it goes down. I believe Malen is the first transfer that will come in if and when Jadon Sancho gets sold. And then Madueke, depending on how the money's looking, may come in, especially if Brandt is also sold. Hello, my man. How are you doing today? You guys are killing it on the comments. My lord. Gotta pick it up here. I don't know about you guys, but I would like Brandt to stay another year. I feel like he can have a revival season next year. That's a lot. A lot of the community thinks that. You were not alone. A lot of the people really think that Brandt could have a breakout year. I don't think he can. I don't think he'll get the minutes. I don't think he'll get the looks because of Royce and Gio. It is what it is. Brandt needs to start each and every game to gain confidence to get back to the Brandt we know, and I just don't see it happening. What do you think about selling Delaney for around 15 million and bringing in Onana from Hamburg? I don't know. I haven't seen enough of Onuna. I know that he's highly sought after. He says at Dortmund. That's another of course transfer that we're touching about today is that he's a very sought after young man. It's a move that I could see Dortmund doing for the main reason that Delaney's getting older. They'll get a little bit chunk of money for him now, and then they can bring in a young talent. That's exactly what Dortmund does. So I could absolutely see that one going down. Sell someone who's approaching 30, get 15 mil, probably the most you'll ever get for Delaney at this point, and then go out there and buy a youngster to replace him. I mean, it really, yeah, it speaks volumes to what Dortmund do. So I could see that going. Do I think that that's an answer? Like I wouldn't really want to see Delaney move on. I still think he's got a part to play, and I think that he's better to have in the squad than Onana is, but that's just me. I like Brandt's story. It basically shushed all the rumors. It did, but there was heavy rumors going around this morning talking about how he agreed personal terms. And then also another conflicting report with that was later. It says Lazio have made Borussia Dortmund an offer, a loan plus purchase option. The loan is around 4 million and 23 purchase offer. So basically they'll loan him for 4 million for next season, and there's no obligation, I read. So if they liked him, they would spend 23 more for a total of 27 to purchase him, which is in that 25 to 30 range that Dortmund want. I don't imagine Dortmund are keen for a loan. I think they'd want the money up front. I believe there's a report that Rosa would like to give him a shot next season. I read that as well. But I also read a report that he's open to moving on. If we can get 25 million, go ahead. If he stays, I don't mind. I know it's not optimal for Dortmund, but they need to buy a winger. Might focus on Gio, as David said, and Brandt in the case would get more game time. Yeah, I mean, if Brandt moves on and we replace him for a winger, I think that's a good piece of business. And that's just my opinion, and this is not Brandt hate. I like Julian Brandt. I really do. I think he's a good player. I think he's had some good moments for Dortmund. The facts are facts. He doesn't get enough playing time. We have two other center attacking midfielders in Royce and Gio. We're probably going to play a 4-2-3-1. That puts Brandt third in of the pecking order. I can't see a way where he starts all these games. And if we're going to get 25 million and replenish it in the wings, which we desperately need, and sign a Madueke, I just think that's a better piece of business. But who knows? I ruled off Dahoud. I once ruled off Dahoud. So if Brandt stays and he does successful, then you know what? It shuts me up. But that's just my opinion, and a lot of you guys think that you want to give Brandt a chance. But for those of you guys who do think that you should give Brandt a chance, give me a starting 11. Give me a starting 11 going forward next year, because if Brandt is to be successful at Dortmund, he has to start. He has to play. And if he doesn't, he's not going to be successful. So find me a formation where you can fit in all these parts, and I want to take a look at it, because I can't do it. He has to play in a 4-2-3-1. He has to play as a 10. So that means Gio doesn't touch the field. That would push then Royce out to the wings, where I don't think he's very as effective as he is anymore. So I'm curious what you guys think. Maybe a 4-1-2-1-2 and have Brandt play as an 8, Royce up as a 10. I don't know, but let me know. For you guys who want Brandt to stay, let me know how you would line him up next year to keep him in the club. I actually don't want to play with wingers. I want a 4-man midfield with a striker partnership. It's about time we try something new. Well, Marco Rosa's second favorite formation is a 4-1-2-1-2. So I think that's a major reason why we're looking at MALEN, is that he, like I said, he can play on the wings when needed, and if he wants to play that two-man striker formation, he's your guy. However, I do primarily believe we will play a 4-2-3-1, and I do believe we will address the winger situation. So that's why I think Madueke and MALEN both could come in. If BVB players play like in the Euros, we are gonna win the Bundesliga and the Champions League. I mean, that's a strong statement. I don't think we're Champions League favorites by any stretch. I think that we can compete in the Bundesliga. If Thomas Meunier can come in and have a sensational season, if Mats Hummels can keep up his type of form, the new pieces do their part, Marco Rosa hits the ground running, we can compete for the Bundesliga. But I mean, it's a long stretch, man. Stay away from Malone. I agree. What is Sancho in the medical crash? Well, I mean, you never know, man. You never know. Is Sancho now confirmed? It's not confirmed. It looks as likely it's gonna go as it possibly can. I thought it was gonna maybe happen in that Wednesday or that Thursday, Friday before games started back up. If not, it'll probably happen the next year. Or sorry, the end of the Euros, or when England gets knocked out, which will hopefully against Germany. Josh is growing fast. I'm trying, my man. PSV won't sell 3 stars, Madueke, MALEN, Dumfries, especially when 2 of the 3 are going to the same team. So there's another report on Roger Schmidt. Let's see if I can find it. Roger Schmidt had a nice little statement, if I can find where I put it. Here it is. All right. So PSV coach Roger Schmidt said he hints at MALEN's departure. He says, for me, it's clear for some time that Daniel MALEN and Denzel Dumfries are very likely to leave us. We have to prepare for the fact that we have to pay without them next season. So he's basically touched on the fact that 2 of the 3 are going to leave. I don't know. I mean, it's fair. Dumfries will more than likely leave. MALEN will definitely probably leave. And then that leaves Madueke. I don't know. It's a good point, but if I feel like if Madueke pushes for a move, he'll probably get it. I'd rather invest Brandt money in Lacroix if Chelsea don't get him. I think we've ruled ourselves out of. Lacroix. I don't think that we're going to target him, even though we just did state today we're going to be going for a high-class young defender. To me, that's Lacroix in a nutshell. But I still don't see a way that we can spend 35 on him if we're looking at Madueke and MALEN. Hey Josh, how you doing? What are your thoughts on Kale replacing Zorc as sporting director? I absolutely love it. What do you guys think? I'm happy about it. I think it's the right move. I'm going to miss Zorc. Did some incredible things, but it's just club legends after club legends, man. That's what you want in the position. And I think just, again, it speaks volumes to what this club's about. Brandt shouldn't go, or I will be very depressed. British Empire and I are on different view lengths here, but I do agree. I do agree that he should leave. But I take your point too. I wish we were linked with more wingers. Well, we're linked with 2. I mean, 1.5. Madueke, who will probably come in and be able to play that natural winger role when we need him. And also MALEN can play there when he needs to. Who would you like? Onana, just because he's got experience in Germany. Easier for youngsters, you know. I read a report that we're interested in a high-class young CB. Lacroix. I know, so did I, man. So did I. My gut says not a chance. I don't think there's a way we can afford him. Like I said, again, especially, I mean, if Brandt sells and we don't sign Madueke, maybe we go Lacroix. So our 3 signings would be Kobel, Lacroix, and then MALEN. But if we're going for Madueke too, I think that rules us out of the Lacroix signing. Josh, what do you think about Ryan Bridge from Holland? Up coach. I think that he's a very talented kid. I think he's being linked to Liverpool right now for a Wijnaldum replacement, but there's a lot of talent in the Dutch league that I really like, man. There is. I'd be happy if Dortmund signed a handful of players from the Dutch league. I'd be fine with him. I don't think that he's going to be a target of ours because I don't think that's where we're really looking, and I think he's going to cost a good chunk of money. But how many % do you think we will become Dumfries? I'm assuming Steve, you're asking what is the percentage I think that we'll target Dumfries? 0. I think there's 0 chance that we'll target Dumfries. I think that I would love Dumfries, man. 15 million for right back of his quality. sign me up. But again, we're spending 75 mil on balancing our books, dealing with COVID. We've already bought Kobel. We need to probably buy Malen for the Sancho replacement. We need a center back. I just don't see the money coming in, especially that Meunier's having a great Euro. We have Murray, we have Paslak. I don't see it. I don't see it. So honestly, 0% for me. Have you seen Brandt's story on Instagram? I did, and it completely contradicts with the reports that we're talking about today, which I find very interesting. He basically said that he is looking forward to the upcoming season. If you guys haven't checked it out, go over to Brandt's Instagram. But then there's been 2 different reports today dropping of Brandt. One dropping saying that he's agreed personal terms with Lazio on a 4-year deal. The other one said that Lazio offered a loan deal with a 4 million loan deal to sign and then a 23 million purchase option. So I don't know, completely contradicting reports. Makes me you guys have a crap load of comments. Holy crap. You guys are killing it. All right, if I skip over some, and you really want me to answer, just ask it again. But I've slipped. Malen and Nani and Brandt's story should stay, but Renier should leave. Of course, St. Just should come. Yeah, I think Renier should leave too. Has Murray covered? Nope, he won't be back until I believe October, November. Can't we just sell him for 150 mil, get a striker for 30, and give the rest to Sancho? Sancho wants to leave, but that's the biggest issue. There was a gentleman's agreement when Sancho came in that we would let him leave when he wanted to leave. That's exactly what's happening. I've seen reports that Madueke has become a bigger target than Malen and apparently cost 20 million euros. Your thoughts about this? I wouldn't say that he's a bigger one. I believe from the reports I've read that Malen is our number 1 target with an eye on Madueke. If the possibility to sign them both is there, we will. Maybe it also depends on if Liverpool snap up Malen. I think, in my opinion, Malen is our biggest target. I want Malen more than Madueke. I do as well. Maybe the Madueke news means Malen is heading to Liverpool. That could be. I told you guys a while ago, if we get into a bid off with Liverpool for Malen, and Malen doesn't care where he goes, we will lose. I can't cope with the Malen Madueke rumors. Jordan, you struggling, my man? Malen will cost 34 million pounds. That's too expensive. I don't know if that's too expensive, man. He had 19 goals, 8 assists, versatile, young, Dutch international. I'd take him in a heartbeat. Why do people think Brandt has a place in this team? He's only good centrally, and Royce will take his place every single time. Alex, I agree. Royce is injury prone. He is, but then we have Gio. We have Gio, man. And it's tough to get 2 players competing, because if Royce is fit, he starts every single game as a cam. And if he doesn't, well, then that's where you have Brandt and Gio, and I feel like Gio is higher up the pecking order than Brandt is. Like the guy's video. Guys, like the video. Monday morning, man. But yes, if you wouldn't mind liking the video, it would be much appreciated. I would rather Brandt play as cam rather than Gio. Gio is good for wings because he has pace and skills, but Brandt is much better as a 10 because he's a better passer and shooter. I sort of disagree. Gio is definitely not better on the wings than he is through the middle. I think Gio does the wings better than Brandt, but I think for them to both be successful at what they do, they need to play through the middle. And I think that Gio is just a little further up the pecking order because he's younger, he's got more potential. Brandt is in his mid-20s, man. Like, he's in his mid-20s. This is his last real chance. Can you see us using Witsel and Dahoud with Chan and Bellingham as a backup? I see us using... I almost feel like Bellingham and Dahoud are undroppables right now. I could see a beautiful little formation lining up in a 4-1-2-1-2. Witsel, CDM, Bellingham, Dahoud, Royce, Malen, Sancho. Malen, Holland. I think that just sounds beautiful, man. Sell Chelsea to CFC and raid the academy. No. We definitely need our boy Holland next year if we want any chance at competing next year. But I will no one lose the team, but excited what Dortmund is planning in the background and changes. I am too, my man. Hi, I'm watching your live for the first time, but I watched the videos and their transfer rumors other than Malen and Madueke. So, well, welcome, my man. Welcome to join into the live. Hope you're doing well today. But yes, there's a lot to touch on today. There's a lot to touch on. The main points is that we are targeting Malen. We are targeting Madueke. We are probably going to sell Sancho when England gets knocked out of the Euros. We are probably... Actually, I don't know. I don't even know what to think of the Brandt. There's a huge rumor and a huge link from Brandt to Lazio. The personal terms have been agreed. The transfer fees pretty much summed up. but Brandt just made an awkward post that contradicts it all. I'm confused. I don't get it. Also, on top of that, looks like we're selling Bellardi to Marseille. I had a nice little notes here before I hit, but also said that we're going to target a nice high-class young defender. We all hope it's Lacroix, but even though it won't be. Zorc is no longer our director of football. It is Sebastian Kiel, which I'm excited about. It also says another report for you guys is that Roman Bürki can leave Borussia Dortmund for 5 million euros. No concrete offer has been made yet, but it seems considerably unlikely that Roman Bürki will start the season at Borussia Dortmund, which is not a surprise to anyone. So those are the big touching points on today. There's no guarantee how long Gio will stay either, so it's better to keep Brandt in my opinion. It's a fair point. It's a fair way of looking at it. I do think Gio is going to stay. I think Gio's going to be with us for a few more years. That's my opinion. But we finally got to some starting 11s after I asked this question about 10 minutes ago. So sorry that I'm being so slow today. But Malen, Royce, Brandt, Noni Madueke. Okay, so how did you line up? So Bürki's in net. Meunier's right back. St. Just, Hummels center back. Guerrero left back. Bellingham, Dahoud, CDM'd. Brandt, Cam. You are playing Royce on the wing. You got Madueke. The hell with Holland, eh, British Empire? You got Malen up there. But no, I mean, you can move Royce out wide if you wanted to. I don't know, man. I don't see it. I don't see it. But Kobel, Meunier, Akanji, Hummels, Guerrero, Dahoud, Witzel, Hazard, Royce, Malen, Holland. Okay, so you don't have Brandt in there. All right. Yeah. BVB going India on virtual tour. I want to see BVB in Nepal. It's going to help uplift our football and also good for BVB marketing. Love from Nepal, please your review. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be a part of the virtual tour in some way, shape, or form. I'm not exactly sure what my role is yet, but I mean, they're not coming to Canada either, but I mean, they're going to try to hit as many as they can. Obviously, if you're a fan of Dortmund, you want them coming to your country. There's a lot of countries in the world, man. There's a lot of fans across. I mean, even this channel alone has got, I think, over 100 different countries we have viewers from, which is crazy. It just shows how worldwide Dortmund is. But hopefully one year they'll head to Nepal, just like they will eventually hopefully come to Canada. My goal is to get Dortmund to play an exhibition game on TFC's field. That is it. That's my goal. You guys know it. We'll see what happens. Luke says the 4-1-2-1-2 is the best. The midfielder in our best position. Only Gio might miss out because he's not good enough in the central positions. Royce can play up top. I don't think Royce can play as a striker anymore, but I do take your point that the 4-1-2-1-2, I probably see Royce, in my opinion, as a cam. And if you put Brandt in the 8 position, that's probably where we'd see there. You got Hit starting, Passack at right back, St. Jude, Zagadou, Schultz. Oh, wow. Okay, that's your second. All right, that makes more sense. What are you saying, bro? No way Brandt out. He's our best playmaker when Royce goes down. Maybe. But again, I mean, I don't know. Were you guys overly impressed with Brandt's season? I mean, I wasn't. I wasn't impressed at all, man. Didn't get enough minutes. He got shoved out to the wings. He's had a few good games when he was able to play centrally. My point about Brandt is if we keep Brandt, then play him. Because that's the only way he's going to find confidence, the only way he's going to stay. And if he can't, then you gotta let him go. That's just my opinion on it. I don't have anything against Brandt. I think Brandt's an excellent player, but I don't want him to rot on the bench. That's not his point anymore. Possible starting 11. My starting 11 would be Kobel, Meunier, Hummels, Akanji, Guerrero. Probably Dahoud, Bellingham for the start for the 2 CDMs, even though I know that they're both not natural CDMs, but they're just both incredible. Then Royce, Malen, or Madueke, whoever we get, with Hazard and then Holland up front, or a 4-1-2-1-2, which I like the look of this formation more, even though I don't think we'll play it the most. And that's Kobel, Meunier, same back four, Witzel, Bellingham, Dahoud, Royce, Holland, Malen. 3 more legs. Are there any signings other than Malen Madueke? And who will we sell? It'll depend on who we sell. The other signings could be a center back. Will be a center back. I just don't know who it'll be yet. And then I think the Madueke one will depend on if we sell someone like Brandt. We could also, Delaney's been linked to the door. We've been linked with young Anuna from Hamburg. We'll have to see, man. What's up, Josh? A or 9 in the house. How you doing, my man? Malen or Madueke? Malen and Madueke. I think there's a chance for both. It's going to depend, though, man. It's going to depend. What happened to Diaby and Bailey? I haven't heard Diaby or Bailey rumors in a long, long time, man. By the way, read the latest tweet by BVB Buzz. All right, let's see what I can do here about that. Buzz. Latest tweet from BVB Buzz. Despite reports interested from Lazio, Borussia Dortmund have not received any inquiries for Julian Brandt so far. A loan deal would be out of the question. That makes sense. And BVB would only consider selling him if a good offer came in. Yep, well, that's about what I expected. No way I saw a loan move happening at all, but Dortmund are going to downfall all of this plays out this season. Dortmund need to stay away from Netherlands players. I don't know about that. There's a lot of young, solid Dutch players that I would see us targeting. Sorry, just joined. Who would you prefer, Madueke or Malen? For me, Malen, but I will take them both. And if they do both. Holy, you guys have a lot of comments coming in today. Holy crap, you guys are on fire today. I'm sorry if I can't keep up with it, man. You guys are just it's a busy day. This is one of the busiest days I've seen Dortmund news related in a long, long time. So again, if I miss your comment, guys, just re-ask it because there's a lot of them. I think Sancho's transfer will be finalized and announced after the Euros once England's crash out. I agree. Murray's here. Murray, how you doing, my man? Says, I see Brandt staying. I think Rosa could probably use him somehow. I could see him staying. I could see him going. I think it's going to depend on what Marco Rosa's plans are with him and, honestly, what Brandt wants. I feel like Brandt would want to stay, but saying that, I desperately think that there has to be a game plan for Brandt. I don't think he should waste away on the bench anymore. I really don't. Can't believe people are blaming Malen for the Dutch loss. He was by far their best player on the pitch with Dumfries. He missed the one-on-one, and that's what people look back and think, man. If you want to blame one person for the Dutch loss, you blame De Ligt. I'm sorry. That was a boneless decision that you made. You slipped. You handled the ball. You stopped the clear goal-scoring opportunity, and you cost your team a place in the quarters. So I know Malen missed an opportunity, but that loss to me goes down to De Ligt. After watching Malen ruin the chance for the lead against Netherlands crash out, Czech Republic was painful. Yeah, but man, strikers miss. It's not the worst thing in the world, man. But I mean, it did suck, especially when we're targeting him. So maybe that's why we switched our look to Madueke, man. Would you like to see Brandt join Lazio? Yes, I would. Like I said, unless we are going to use him. Unless we're going to use Brandt and he's going to become a pivotal member of this squad next season. Other than that, I think we should sell him because he's a good player and he deserves to start. And if he's not getting those minutes under Dortmund, he has to get them somewhere else. And then we can reinvest that money. Because I do think we lack depth in the wings. And I do think we're going to play 4-2-3-1, which will require a lot of wingers. If we miss Malen, who would you like instead? If we miss Malen, then I think it's time to target a natural winger. I would like Leon Bailey from Leverkusen. I think that, like you guys said, he's a player who I think if he came to Dortmund, he would stay for the entirety of his contract. I think he's got good Bundesliga experience, good winger. I think he'd want to come. I don't know, man. Gio is terrible as Cam. He always head down trying to dribble past players. There's so many times he doesn't have a simple forward pass. I mean, he's young. I think that most of Gio's good games have come as playing through the middle. I'm not sure if you agree, but I mean, when I see Gio play on the wings for Dortmund, he's a 1-4, meaning he'll have one good game to every 4 games while on the wing. I think he's much better through the middle. I think that he had a couple positive displays for the U.S. men's national team playing out on the wing. But I mean, most people I've talked to say that he's better through the middle, and I believe that's where he should be playing. He doesn't quite have that lightning pace that you need to be a winger. He's good with the ball at his feet, which is why he's able to glide past players. But I don't think he's a terrible Cam, and I think that's where Dortmund are going to look to progress him. Sancho was also a City reject, to say the least. Look where he is now. Seeing the Brandt doesn't have to compete with Royce and Reina. If we play a normal 4-4-2 diamond, he can compete and eventually share minutes with both Jude and Dahoud. That is where I see Brandt. If Brandt stays, to get Brandt and Royce on the pitch, I see a 4-1-2-1-2 diamond variation with Brandt in there as well. I absolutely agree. Other than that, a 4-2-3-1, Brandt cannot play in the wings, and he will not get a starting spot through the middle. So that's why I think it's very curious, and it's a very interesting conversation, because a lot of the Dortmund community love Brandt. And I'm not someone who doesn't like Brandt. I love hearing you guys' opinions, and I don't know. We have some depth here, which is interesting as well. Would like for a Sancho replacement, Juan Matuka. Waman. I believe that's not actually Waman's real name anymore. I don't remember what his real name is, but I don't think we're going to target Waman, though. Delaney is definitely getting sold, by the way. I could see it. It's a very typical Dortmund thing to do, to sell someone who's approaching 30s and replace them with someone who is a lot younger. So yeah, I don't know. We're linked with Onana from Hamburg, midfielder, 19 years old. That's just, I could see that transfer happening, definitely. After there's no chance in the world, I would have written need. We should offer Brandt a swap deal for Alberto or Corona. I was thinking offer Brandt a swap deal for Leverkusen for Leon Bailey, but again, I doubt that's going to happen. Chan, Delaney, Berkey, Zagadou, Meunier should be the ones sold. It's not that easy, guys. It's not that easy just flipping players left, right, and center. Berkey, I believe, will be sold. Meunier definitely won't be sold. Zagadou, I don't believe will be sold. Chan definitely won't be sold. And Delaney may be sold. We can easily switch up tactics with Malen. Yes, we can. Virtual tours coming to my country. Nice. Hopefully I'll be a part of it, my man. Hopefully I'll be a part of it. Not sure what my role is going to be, but it should be fun nevertheless. He's an excellent young German defender. Classy for Bochum last season, only 19. Yes, but I think the thing that, from what I read at least, we're targeting a center back with top class, which I'm assuming means playing at a higher level than the second division. So I'm not sure which center backs. Let me know, guys, what center backs you think that fit that profile. That's not Lacroix. Classy, talented, young center back. It's hard because if you think talented, young center back, it's going to cost money, but I don't know. I don't see us being able to sign it. I don't know. If Dortmund play at BMO Field, I'll find you there, Josh. There you go, my man. Gozens wants to switch to Dortmund. He spoke of it, but I don't think... I mean, there's no point of us targeting Gozens. I've touched on this for a little bit. Gozens is the exact type of wingback as Guerrero. We don't need him. If we're gonna shift out Schultz, who it sounds like we are, Schultz is a wingback. Guerrero is a wingback. Gozens is a wingback. We play in a 4-back system, man. We don't need another wingback. I think Gozens is a good player. He's a Schalke fan, so I think that's, stopped it regardless. But we're gonna hopefully sell Schultz and buy a young left back. Natural left back, defensive left back, a different outlook than what Guerrero brings. What do you think about Dortmund's left back? Well, there you go. I just kind of touched on it. What do you think about Dortmund's left back depth beyond Guerrero, world-class left back beyond him? I think that, like I said, Guerrero is a better wing back than fullback. He's admitted that. He likes to play that. We have Schultz, who, again, came in as a wing back, played in a Hoffenheim system that was a 3-5-2. We need to sell... 100% need to sell Schultz, reinvest that money in a young left back. I don't care who it is. It's just a young left back who's got that defensive awareness, who can learn from Guerrero, come in certain situations. That's where I think we should go with the left back position, and I believe that's what is going to maybe happen. Where will Brandt go? I've only heard the Arsenal rumors are definitely dead, but I've heard Lazio. Lazio is the number one option right now. We need a defender. We should buy Phil Jones. No. I would be pissed if I saw Phil Jones coming to Borussia Dortmund. Gozens, 15 million euros, I think. Yeah, but he won't be coming to Dortmund, man. He will not be coming to Dortmund. Or if he does, I don't think he should, because he's an excellent player, but he doesn't fit the system we play in. He's the exact same type of player as Guerrero, very attacking oriented, and we don't really need another one. Plus, he's got Guerrero in the way. He's a good player. We should go for a young left back to develop and doesn't mind having bench minutes. That's the type of top-class player Dortmund should be signing. Dortmund will never beat Bayern with kids. If you're referring to Gozens, to me, it doesn't make sense to sign Gozens. And if we had a transfer strategy that was different, then yes. I mean, sign Lacroix, sign Baku, maybe sign Wallman. I don't know. But we don't. That's not our philosophy. That's not how we run. So it's unrealistic to think that those type of players will be coming in. I am far behind in comments. All right, we're going to scroll over some of the other ones. We should sell Delaney, yes. Brandt, yes. Sancho, yes. Schultz, yes. I agree with selling them. We will not buy Dumfries, though. No way we do the triple of PSV signings and we're not going to target a right back. We're gonna have Muniz our starting right back. With Schultz leaving, rumors, is there any left backs we were linked with? We were linked with a young Swede, which is, for me, perfect profile. I don't know too much about him, but that's who we were linked with. If they want Sancho, let them take him. I believe that deal will come soon. It's Monday, Josh. Yes, it is, man. Yes, it is. What do you think about Hakimi to PSG? I mean, I heard that Hakimi's girlfriend lives in PSG, well, in Paris, and that's why a big reason that they're going there. But I don't know. It sucks. I miss Hakimi so much, but I'm very happy Portugal lost. Sad for Guerrero, though. I'm happy too, especially because Thorgan Hazard from Thomas Meunier, we are laughing. First half season, Sancho was desperate to get transfers, and if he is like that again, we may lose out on another title due to his attitude. Well, Sancho's gonna leave, my man. Sancho's gonna leave. That's for sure. Freestyle, greetings from Dortmund. Yeah, BVB. Greetings, my friend. Hopefully we have some new guys and members to the chat. If you guys are new here, be sure to drop a like, subscribe. And yeah, if you are new, let me know where you're watching from. And we got someone from Dortmund, so that's absolutely fantastic. Hope you're doing well, my friend. How do you think Guerrero will perform for Dortmund this season, given how poor the Euros? I thought he was relatively decent for Portugal. I thought he was one of their best players in that last match, and he contributed throughout Portugal's Euro campaign. Portugal was a little bit flat. I think Guerrero's going to have another great season. Guerrero's a very consistent performer for Dortmund. You know what you're going to get from him pretty much night in, night out. So I don't know. I thought he had a decent Euros. Do you guys agree? I don't know. I thought Guerrero was fine at the Euros, and I think he's going to have a good season as well. Diaby is clear of Bailey, by the way. I disagree. I definitely disagree. I think Diaby has one clear thing over Bailey, and they're both lightning fast, but Diaby's got a little bit more explosive speed. I think Bailey's a better finisher. I think Bailey brings a little bit more to his game. He's a free kick specialist. He can hit long shots. They're very similar type of wingers. I like them both. I'd be happy with either or at the club, but I don't know. I prefer Bailey, to be honest. What do you think about having a deeper squad just beyond the starting lineup? I think that it's got to be a very... I don't know. It depends. Like, for example, having Brandt play on the bench all year, I don't think is a win for anyone. We have depth in the midfields. I mean, if we do go for the two-man formation of having Dahoud and Bellingham on the pitch, you still have Witzel there, you have Delaney there, you got Chan there. We do have a good amount of depth. But I think it's going to be interesting of who we shift out and who we bring in. For example, shift out Schultz, who we don't need. He's middle of his prime, whatever, and then bring in a youngster. But it's pronounced Madueke. Madueke? I thought it was Madueke. If I've been saying it wrong this entire time, I feel bad. Madueke. Let me know if I sounded right. All right, Madueke. That doesn't look right to me, but I mean, you guys probably know how to pronounce it better than I do. I want Brandt to stay. Definitely, he's a special player, and we'll have a breakout season. We'll have to see. We'll have to see, my man. Brandt is better than Gio as Cam. Reyna is only starting because he's younger. I don't know. I didn't think either one of them had a special season last year. I think the fact that Gio is younger, that he will always be preferred to Brandt. I think that he's got huge potential, but it doesn't matter because half the time neither one of them start. If we're playing in a 4-2-3-1, those two are going to miss out to Royce every single time. Oh, we got Waman's new name. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm not going to try. I can't even pronounce Madueke right, so, you know. What can you do? Collins and Koulibaly, chances of getting into the first team. I think they will both have minutes in the first team. I don't know how much they're going to get, especially if we go out and we sign our new classy, or whatever we want to say, young center back. It's going to make it harder. We got Zagadou. We got our probable new signing, Akanji Hummels. I do think they're going to get minutes, but I don't think they're going to... Neither one probably will have more than 5 to 10 games in the first team. Tapsoba would be an excellent signing, but again, Leverkusen linked him at like 40 or 80 million euros or something like that. Guerrero carrying Portugal while Bruno, Bernardo, Diaz, Jota ghosting. Yeah, I thought Guerrero had a very good... Is this title legit? No. No, not like confirmed, but probable. We are, in terms of probability, if you want me to look at the title and do probability, Sancho, I think, is 95% done. I do think that he will leave. I think he will leave once England's out of the Euros. When you look at Malen coming in, I'm torn. I think one of Malen or Madueke will come in. I don't know which one. I think it will depend on if Liverpool's interested in. I think it will depend on if we sell. They may both come in. And Brandt, I have no idea now. There's two conflicting reports. One saying that personal terms and a deal was almost done with Lazio. The other one is Brandt's personal Instagram, which says that he's ready to go and fight pretty much for a season at Dortmund. So we're trying to hear. It's a good topic. Most of the topics lately have been about Brandt and if he deserves to be in the starting squad or not. A lot of you guys think he does. A lot of you guys think he doesn't. Bai goes in and switch Guerrero to midfield. Guerrero can play midfield, but I've never seen him do it consistently through a season. I think that's too big of a gamble to try to put Guerrero up as a winger or up as a midfielder when our midfield's already stacked. So that's why it's not gonna happen, my man. Guerrero is our starting left back, and that's as easy as that. We should sign Vestergaard. I'd be scouting him for the past 2 years. I wouldn't have any issue with that. I don't really care which center back we sign. I just think we need to sign a center back. Almost caught up with the comments. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm not even close. Swap Brandt for Luis Fili. I wouldn't mind that. I don't want Kabak, to be honest. Again, the Schalke link, I don't think we'll get him either, man. Do you think that Sven Botman could sign for Dortmund? Good on the ball. Was one of the best CBs in Liga. I am a huge fan of Sven Botman. I would if Dortmund signed him, that is a huge win. But I don't think it's gonna happen for several reasons. I mean, I haven't seen a legitimate link to it. I think that other teams like Liverpool and whoever the big boys are who need a center back will probably go for him. He's a massive talent, and he's going to move on from Lille at some point. Dortmund would be a perfect place for him. I would take him in a heartbeat. I love everything about him, and I think he is a classy young center back. That fits. Unfortunately, I don't see it happening. Isn't Milinkovic's contract expiring this year? I'm not sure. We were linked. We haven't been linked with any Fiorentina players in a long, long time. But Guerrero is always great for Dortmund. Yes, he is, my man. Croatia win today. Who do you guys think is going to win today? Croatia or Spain? Guerrero was poor. Laughed my ass off. Except for the own goal. He was one of Portuguese's most consistent players. Yeah. I thought Guerrero had a very good Euros. Like, I thought he was, again, consistent. We're used to watching Guerrero. Guerrero doesn't really have disaster classes or anything like that. Guerrero was a very consistent player. I thought he was very decent. Zagadou to Rennes. I think Zagadou's going to get another look, mainly because I think that Dortmund really do see a player in Zagadou. He has to figure out his injury issues. He absolutely has to, man. Otherwise, Zagadou will probably be sold at some point. But I think he's going to get another shot with us this year. Polish people consider him their best talent in years. I haven't talked about him because I just don't know enough about him. I'll have to look into him a little bit more. He's been brought up on the channel a couple times, but I don't know. I don't have enough knowledge about him to give a proper opinion, so I just don't. But I will. I'll do a little look up on him and see what I think and if I can give you guys an opinion. But AR9 comes in after the 1,000 comments, but this one I like, and this makes sense to me. Like, you guys know, because of Jonathan David, I do keep an eye on Lille. Berkey should go to Lille. Lille is in a financial crisis. They've sold Mike Maignan. They need to replace him with a keeper of quality for cheap. Berkey is the man, man. Do it. I agree, man. Lille should 100% buy Berkey, and they can probably get him for less than... Okay, it's pronounced... Madueke. Madueke? I'm going to have to listen to something on YouTube. I looked up a video before I first said his name, and they said Madueke. That's why I was calling him Madueke, but clearly I don't have it right. Madueke. All right, let me know if Madueke is better. Then I will start calling him that, because I don't know. Someone has to know how to pronounce it properly, because it's not me. Do you know how we can watch the U19 boys when they're coming back? I don't know about the U19s. You can watch usually the U23s on Twitch. They straight up show the games on Twitch, but I'm not sure about the U19s. I don't have a way to watch them. Oh, yes, very talented center back. I would target him in a heartbeat. Absolute heartbeat. Some of the big boys, I know United was looking at him. I believe even Bayern was looking at him. Very talented player for Monaco. He's left-footed, though. So, I mean, Zagadou, Koulibaly. We do have some lefties on the team already. But either way, I mean, I would take him in a heartbeat if we went, but I haven't seen any rumors about it. Zagadou has been great. I disagree with that. I disagree that he's been great. I think he's been decent. I think that he's still very young. He's been a little bit... He's had games where he's been a towering threat on the center back position. He's had also games where he's lacked composure, lacked concentration. I'm definitely not convinced on Zagadou. I really do think he needs a full season healthy. Because for me, there's a lot of question marks around Zagadou, whether he can cut it at this level. It's going to be a baller if Wolfsburg sign him when he was at Mainz. Maybe. Wolfsburg's going to have a very different looking team. I would take St. Juice. I know him a little bit more. I think he'll get a good deal. He's very quick. I think that's helpful considering Hummel's pace. Big man, we have capable CBs now. All we need is a young replacement for Hummels. Yeah, I only think we're going to sign one defender. I really do. Well, maybe two. If we sell Schultz, we'll sign a left back and a center back. If we don't sell Schultz, we'll sign just a center back. To be honest, we shouldn't sign Vestergaard. He conceded 9 goals in a match 2 years in a row. I mean, I don't put it all on Vestergaard, but I mean, he wouldn't be my type of signing. I mean, Tapsoba is a dream. Botman is a dream. Lacroix is a dream. They're all excellent center backs, but man, we seriously cannot afford them. It's as easy as that. Again, I've talked about Dortmund a lot when it comes to transfers. Go out there right now and find a young center back. Look at his value. Is it over 15 to 20 mil? If it is, rule them out. That is as easy as it is to see who Dortmund is going to sign. We are going to sign a center back who will probably cost about 15 mil. And they said young. And I mean, St. Juice he's kind of young. I mean, I don't know. Berkey and Botman swap deal. Yeah, that would be a dream, man. Just call him Noni. Maybe. Madueke. I'm going to call him Madueke for the time being, because I don't know. We'll have to see. Who's good and young rated young CB? In our squad, I like Maloney. I've watched him for their U23s. Young American, always have a little eye on the North Americans. He came from Union Berlin. I'd like to see him maybe get a shot up with the main squad. Collins is obviously one that everyone's very hyped about. Young Koulibaly, again, we do have some young depth, but I think it's going to be very interesting to see what happens in the next season and if some of these players do get a shot, because I think we're going to have some depth in center back position once we sign a center back and if Zagadou can get healthy. They also show the reverse games on their official YouTube channel. Did not know that. Where Zagadou hasn't been injured, I thought he wasn't the best example of a demolition in our second meeting with Bayern. Yeah. I mean, that's what I said. That's why I said I'm not convinced on Zagadou yet. I mean, he's very, very young. I mean, it happens sometimes when young players need time to improve. They sometimes make mistakes. Zagadou has had games where he's been a presence at the back, where he's been commanding, he's been powerful, winning everything in the air. He's had times where, like I said, he's lacked concentration and lacked just straight up experience. Injuries have not helped Zagadou whatsoever, so there's still a huge question mark with Zagadou for me, and we're going to have to see how he does get on, if he can get some more chances. I think that we have to switch our mind. I think we have to switch our mind for Royce Hummel's long replacement and buying player for 2 seasons. Your view? Well, I believe both are kind of addressed. I mean, Royce is going to play probably at Dortmund until he retires. That's probably going to be a few more years. We have Gio as a natural young replacement. We still have Brandt. So, I mean, if Royce was gone and we do keep Brandt, we have Brandt and we have Gio. Hummels, look at all the young center backs coming through, and this is what Dortmund does. Koulibaly, Zagadou, Collins, all players. And if we bring in St. Just, if Hummels can't play, you got St. Just and you got Akanji. So I think those are the type of players you're going to see. A lot of development, especially with Collins or Koulibaly or whoever it is coming up. But St. Just is allegedly 15 from Mainz. I would take St. Just, though. In my opinion, I would. I'd take St. Just. Sell Hummels to Roma for 25 mil. I don't think we're going to be able to flip Hummels, and I don't think we want to flip Hummels. Just remove the 50+1 rule, even if we can't buy a player above 30. Begin the second club in the Bundesliga, even around the world. We're never going to remove the 50+1 rule, and I don't think anybody wants to. If you're a fan of the Bundesliga, this rule is the foundation of the Bundesliga. It's the foundation of the way that this club is run. And after the whole shit show of the Super League, I'm proud of the rule. If this club wanted to go out and spend more money, they could. It's just how Dortmund decide to do business. They like to develop young. They like to be strategic about some of their signings. The 50+1 rule will never leave German football. That's a fact. And who knows? I mean, like I said, Bayern didn't spend a ton of money for a long time, and then they destroyed their transfer record by getting Hernandez for 80 mil. So, I mean, only time will tell, but that definitely won't happen. Hummels won't be worth anything in a few years' time. Right now is the time to sell him. My man, it's easier said than done. I mean, Dortmund respect club legends. If Hummels and Royce want to stay till they retire, I believe Dortmund's going to give them the opportunity to do so. I don't think anyone's going to be probably spending 25 mil on Hummels anyways. And on top of that, I mean, his wages as well. There's no, I mean, Hummels is not going to leave. Hummels will probably stay here till he retires. Same goes for Royce. And I want them to. I love them both, and I hope they both stay here till they're retired. I want Ginter back. I'd like Ginter back too. Never will happen though. I read a report a while ago said that Ginter, there's a question of asking Ginter if he would come back, and he said no. I'm assuming just because he didn't get minutes. It wasn't the best experience for him. No, I mean, you can imagine it, AR, but it'll never happen. It will never happen. Gozin, I don't want Gozins over Rafa. Rafa's a better player than Gozins is. We have Hummels and Akanji. It's a better defensive duel than the two you have. And then, yes, I would take Baku in a heartbeat, but hopefully an informed Meunier can at least compete next year. But I would take that back line, like the Guerrero, Meunier, Hummels, and Akanji over that as well. But we may sign St. Just. I personally wouldn't mind getting some cheaper, older defender. Is there such one for years until Collins, Koulibaly are ready to be integrated properly into the first team? I mean, we're going to have, for example, if you want to keep Koulibaly and Collins in the younger squads, for example, for the time being, they're going to have their opportunity. We still have Akanji. We still have Hummels. Say we sign St. Just and Zagadou. That's 4 center backs. If Zagadou can stay healthy, we don't really need to sign anyone else. But, I don't know. Only time will tell there. Only time will tell. Snipe City, you should be happy. Your Canadians are in the finals. Yes, you're going to lose Sancho, but again, we all knew this would happen. Maybe a swap deal with Meunier to Wolfsburg. AR, how do you see that conversation going? Hey, we'd like to swap you Meunier for Baku. And then Wolfsburg does what? Gives us the middle finger and says no thanks? Come on, man. Dortmund don't have money to buy all these players that you're suggesting. They don't. Like I said, they will sign Kobel, which they did. They will sign a cheap center back. St. Just is a good look. I don't know who it'll be. They will sign at least one player, obviously, to replace Sancho. That'll be Malen. Now, if Noni or another left back will come in, both of those signings will be dependent probably if we sell Brandt and Schultz. So, again, cap yourself out at 30 mil. Don't suggest players that are under that. And there's no way Wolfsburg would go for a Meunier-Baku swap deal. It'll never happen. It will never happen. And Guerrero is better as a fullback than a midfield. We don't need to integrate our best left mid or our best left back into the midfield where we have Bellingham, Dahoud, Delaney, Chan, and Witsel. You rate Akanji and Delaney too high, my man. No. Akanji had an excellent season. 100% had an excellent season. And I would say I rate Delaney too high. I said it. If you want to sell Delaney now for 15, I'd miss him. But I could see it being something that Dortmund do. I think Kanji was very underrated and had an excellent season for Dortmund. It was a big part of the reason we were able to get top 3, as well as win the Pokal. We often underrate Guerrero. Guerrero's been underrated his entire career. It's absurd that people want to sell Hummels. He's a legend and a leader and experienced center back that we lacked in 18-19. I agree. The big issue with Hummels, unfortunately, is the fact that he's getting older and he already lacks pace. So we saw him got burned a couple times at the Euros. So, I mean, maybe a 3-back formation will be something Marco Rosa looks into, but we'll have to wait and see, man. Producer T has joined the chat, says pick up Malen Madueke, that's how we're pronouncing him now, and St. Just. Go with the 3-5-2, Guerrero, Meunier, wingbacks, Malen, Holland, striker. Interesting. So Producer T is Dutch. Clearly, you see a theme there. If that formation was to work, you would see Kobel in net, Meunier, right wing back. You'd have St. Just on the outside, right center back, Hummels central center back in his quarterback position, Akanji left center back, Guerrero on his preferred wing back. And then you'd have your 3-man midfield of Dahoud, Witsel, Bellingham, and then so that would keep out Royce. That's the only issue with that, but it could still be a look. It could be a 3-4-1-2, and then you could have Witsel and Bellingham, or Dahoud and Bellingham, Royce as your cam, and then Malen, Holland as the strikers. But I could definitely see them going with a 3-back formation at some point. Don't mind, but England gonna kick German ass. Now. I love the 50+1 rule, but it irritates me during the transfer market. 50+1 rule makes the Bundesliga unique. It does. And like I said, man, we still could go out and... The 50+1 rule doesn't completely neglect all transfers that we could do. It tailors them to a certain way. Meunier about to go crazy. Meunier plus 15-20 for Baku is the only dream, but don't really need a right back. And I don't see Wolfsburg accepting that deal, man. Is there a 10% sell-on fee for City to Sancho? There is. From what I've read, that there is. I remember someone making the outrageous rumor that Dortmund pursuing Ronaldo. Someone was definitely screwing around with the transfers opinion on FIFA. I never heard that rumor, but will Moukoko get to play this season? My guess is that he'll maybe start 10 games, playing about 20-25. That's my guess. It's going to have a lot of competition, man. Kanji is good, but the occasional terrible game. Having another center back to alternate is good. I was very impressed with how Akanji finished this season, but I do think we need another center back. I think a St. Just type of center back will be good for depth, will be good for competition, and I think he can do a job. Zagadou is our best center back when fit. No, he's not. No, he's not. He's not even close. Zagadou is not a finished product. He is very, very prone for mistakes. He is very inconsistent, and he's never fit. But he does have good games. Akanji and Hummels in themselves to make them better than Zagadou is the fact that they are consistent, for the most part. Zagadou is not. Zagadou is a completely unfinished article, and I don't know which way his career is going to go, but he needs to get fit, and he needs to compete. But I like the debate today. You guys are touching situations that I just don't agree with, and it's interesting. I'm not saying I'm right. Just because I don't agree with you guys does not mean I'm right. I'm a fan just like you guys. If you guys think Zagadou is our best CB when fit, then I'll tell you my opinion. I'm not trying to ever disrespect your guys' opinion, but I strongly disagree with that, and I think Zagadou is a question mark, but definitely not our best defender. Or even our second best. You forgot Dahoud. My boy can be in the middle of the park as well. Dahoud, Bellingham. There you go. Our fans hoping for a title charge when our right-hand side being Hazard and Meunier. I don't know. What if they win the Euros? What if Hazard and Meunier come off winning the Euros and come back with the most informed confidence you'll ever see? It's not unrealistic to think that they're both good players, And there's also depth in the winger position. Doesn't mean that Hazard's going to start. If we get Madueke, if we get Malen, those could be the wingers. Amazing fact, BVB has the highest average attendance in any top league in the world before the pandemic. Love the yellow wall and German football. You are spot on, my man. You are spot on. Where are you from? If you're German, I'm an England fan, and England will beat Germany. It's coming home. I'm from Canada. My background is German, so when I watch the Euros, I cheer for the Germans. So it's not coming home. Did you not watch yesterday's game or Belgium at all in the Euros? Hazard and Meunier about to go crazy. It is. I do want to be a little bit relaxed, but I would like to have the hopes that Hazard and Meunier can come back in on full of confidence. Is for me clutch. On top of the fact they're going into a new manager. They're going to have a brand new open slate to be able to impress and really turn their careers around, because both of them had lackluster seasons. Injury was a big part of Hazard's. Meunier's performances were not up to par. But, I mean, I agree. If we see the same Hazard and same Meunier on the right-hand side, that's going to hurt our title challenge. But if they can turn it around, 5-1 Germany tomorrow. I like it. Thorgan is better than Eden right now. I agree. It's not hard, and Hazard has not been the same Eden Hazard. I do not know if we will get Malen if Liverpool are actually seriously interested. Who do you think will be the best options if Malen is not available? I agree, Kevin. If it gets to a bid off and Malen doesn't prefer Dortmund over any other club, I don't think we'll win the bid off, considering that the rumors is that we'll spend up to 27 mil when Malen, in my opinion, is worth more than that. But I would go for Leon Bailey. I mean, maybe Madueke. I'm just going to call him Noni. I don't even know his last name. He would be an option as well. I don't know. Your predictions for how deep we will go in the Champions League and the Pokal. Bare minimum of quarters in the Champions League. Bare minimum of semis in the Pokal. Hopefully win it again. Who will replace Holland when we leave? My gut tells me Malen. Play Malen on the wing for a season, then promote him to striker. If we sell Delaney, then a young CM would be good. It could be. We do have depth in those positions as well. Emre Can is a center back. I think Emre Can can play as an outside center back if we do a 3-4-1-2, a 3-4-3, whatever type of formation that is. Can definitely play as an outside center back. I don't know if I trust him thoroughly through the middle in a 4-back system. Zagadou breakthrough season. What percentage would you give? 20? Big question marks on A, if he can stay fit, and B, if he can break in. Same thing goes for Brandt. If there's a way, if Hummels or Royce pick up a knock and then Zagadou gets minutes and gets it consistently, same as Brandt, and they play well and they just keep building on their confidence, that's the only way I can see them getting those type of minutes and having a bounce back season. Otherwise, I don't see the way that they start over Kanji and Hummels or over Royce. Thorgan has been better than you're confusing with Akanji and Zagadou. I'm confusing. Well, all right, right now in the chat, list them right now, so everyone is aware. Out of Hummels, Akanji, Zagadou, rate them right now from 1 to 3. If you're starting next season, who starts? Because I'd be surprised, and I mean you're clearly one of them who would put Zagadou above Akanji or Hummels. Because I don't think Zagadou's at that level yet. I rate, if I'm putting them in order, I mean it's Hummels, Akanji, Zagadou for me, and Zagadou's gonna have to really work and really show his potential to be able to break in, man. 15% for a bounce back. You're going home. You're going home. The England-Germany rivalry is coming in. England have been underwhelming all tournament. You won't get past the quarters. Germany hasn't been very good either, man. It's gonna be a game of two kind of underachievers, man. Germany will crash. Have been trashed. Yeah, I mean, neither, in my opinion, neither has been very good this tournament, but Hazard better than Hazard, but at sometimes Hazard worse than Hazard. I feel you, my man. I feel you. Don't have to win the Pokal at a minimum. Yeah, I mean that should be the goal every year. It's the same goal for Bayern. Bayern want to win everything. That's how it is. Dortmund always go in the year hoping that they'll win the Pokal and compete in the Bundesliga. My expectations depend on the draw and the group. Where are we? I don't know why I want AC Milan in our group. So cool that they're back. Well, we've been linked to Rafael Leao, and that's another winger slash striker I could see us targeting if we don't get Malen. So we got Hummels, Akanji, Big Zags. Hummels and Akanji equal, I'm assuming above Zagadou. Akanji, Hummels, Zagadou. Hummels, Akanji, Zagadou. Alright, so you guys have pretty much all agreed with me. And again, I'm not saying that Zagadou doesn't have potential, because there is a player there. But like I said, for me, to find someone who can be successful and to develop their game, they have to play. And when you're injured, it hurts your development. It really does. And I think Zagadou has had some amazing performances. He's a big man. He's commanding, but he needs that experience to get away those mistakes and to be more consistent. And the only way to do that is to play. And when you're injured, it stops it. Zagadou, then Hummels and Akanji. Okay, so you're the only one, my man, who put Zagadou above the other two. But again, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. And if Zagadou has a breakout year, you come back to me and you say, Josh, I fucking told you. And I will be like, you know what? You nailed it. But for the time being, my opinion is that on the screen. Hummels, Akanji, Zagadou, and he won't start because he'll probably get injured. Now, I hope he doesn't get injured. I hope he does have an opportunity to try to impress and try to play, because I do believe that there's a player in there. However, I don't know, man. I just don't see it yet. But again, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. And like I said, and it seems crazy, but there's no reason to think that anything can't happen in this season. I told you guys that Dahoud was done. And whoever told me at the time that said, Josh, I don't think Dahoud's done, well, guess what? They can come back to me and flip me off and say, you were wrong. Because it's a beautiful thing about this sport. It only takes a couple games to get some confidence. Look at Royce. Same kind of situation as Zagadou with the injuries. And if Zagadou can stay fit, stay healthy, and grow on his performance, because I do think he is a good player, then there's always that potential. But for right now, no, I don't think so. Hello, Josh and everyone. What are your thoughts on Sebastian Kehl becoming the new sporting director for the 2022-2023 season? I am personally happy for the former player of the club. I love it. I absolutely love it. For me, I like seeing legends in leadership positions. Zorc to Kehl, I don't know. For me, it's a spot-on transition. I wish Zorc all the best. Absolutely miss him. But I think this is awesome. I really do. I love it. I think most of the people in the chat we've talked to today like it as well. And it'll be a good look for him. My first 11 for next season is Kobel, Guerrero, Hummels, Akanji. Luca, you got the right back in there. I know you put back here in there, but come on. We know it's going to be Meunier. But I do take your point. You want a new right back. Witzel, Brandt, Royce, Bailey. I don't see your formation. It almost looks like a 4. I don't see your formation. What is it? Luca, elaborate your formation. I don't see a way that this could possibly work. It looks like you're playing Brandt, and it looks like a 4-2-3-1 with Brandt as a defensive midfielder, which will never happen. Or a 4-1-4-1 when you have Bailey, Hazard on the wings, Royce, I'm assuming Cam, Brandt, maybe an 8, Witzel, your 6. But I don't see that happening. That was a big issue with me saying that Brandt needs to move on. I don't think that formation could work because you're gonna need a more defensive player on the pitch alongside Witzel. That Brandt position has to be Dahoud or Bellingham. That could be Bailey, it could be Malen, it could be Noni, it could be whoever we sign on the wing. And then unfortunately Baku, you guys know, will be Meunier. But it's a good look. I do believe it'll be a 4-2-3-1, but I don't see a way in a 4-2-3-1 Brandt and Royce start. Unless Brandt is a 10 and you put Royce on the wings, which, not ideal. I can see Villarreal, Porto being a realistic group. That'd be an easy group, man. I'd like it. Selling Velarde to Marseille for 15 million was a mistake. It was not a mistake. He was never going to break into our starting 11. We should have really kept Velarde, but he's fed up waiting. Yep. I mean, maybe we could have kept him. I still don't think he would have broke in. I don't see him, in my opinion. I think Zagadou is further ahead than him. And he basically said he didn't want to stay anymore. So it made it very easy for us. What are the 2 white shirts in the background? Where are we? Toronto FC. That's my local professional team. I live about an hour and a half from Toronto in Canada, so I'm a Toronto FC fan. So I want to sprinkle a little bit of Canadian in my background besides my Dortmund stuff. Brandt will not join Lazio. He wants to stay at Borussia Dortmund. Marco Rosa likes his style of play. I'm so curious to see what we're going to do to be able to integrate him. New tweet from BVB Newsblog. Well, guys, let's check it out. BVB Newsblog has been spectacular. I don't know who they are on Twitter, but if you don't follow them, you guys should. Now, some of their stuff, obviously, is those kind of tease tweets in terms of I mean, you read it and you're like, that's never going to happen. But for the most part, they're pretty on point with a lot of the rumors. But yeah, that was the latest ones. And that's another part of BB News blog is this is their third tweet today about Brandt. One saying that they've agreed a deal in personal terms with Lazio. The next one said it was a loan deal offer with an option to buy. And then this one says that Brandt will not be joining Roma. He wants to stay. So, I mean, obviously, like, very contradicting tweets. But, again, they do a great job of just finding these links in these news articles, wherever they may be, and getting them to us. But sometimes, yeah, they're a little all over the place. Dahoud about to go crazy. Julian isn't done. He's not. Really took us all over the place. Took us on a journey throughout this stream to figure out that there was a bid to a loan to not a bid to an Instagram post to staying. So I don't know. It seems like most of the chat honestly disagree with me on that, and that you guys do want Brandt to stay. So if he does stay, I hope he gets minutes and proves me wrong, just like Dahoud did. But I'm saving this video for the end of the season when Zachary wins the Ballon d'Or. Do it, my man. Do it. Honestly, call me out. If you guys don't agree with what I say, clip it. Call it out, and then if Zachary wins the Ballon d'Or, shove it in my face. Because like I said, I just say my opinions, man. And if I'm wrong, I'm happy to be wrong. Because the biggest thing I've been wrong about, that I've been happy to be wrong about, is the fact that Dahoud is a baller. And I didn't think he was going to be. Lucas is a 4-3-3. So you're saying Witsel as a CDM, Royce and Brandt as your eights. Now, I don't think that would work, Luca, for a couple reasons. One, Brandt, it would work. If you guys remember him at Leverkusen playing in a 4-3-3, he had Kai Havertz right beside him in that exact same formation. They had their CDM, and then they had Brandt, and then they had Havertz. It could be similar if Rosa decided to roll that. I don't think that Royce has that type of energy to play further down as that 8. Because it was kind of a dual 8-10 relationship between Havertz and Brandt that worked very well. I just see that, I don't know, I see that Royce has to play a little bit further up the pitch. But you could switch it into a 4-1-2-1-2. You could have Malen, Holland as your strikers, Royce as your cam, Brandt as your 8 deep playmaker. Then you have Dahoud beside him, Witsel below him. I think that's a little more appealing in the eyes, but if you're asking me, I'd prefer Bellingham in Brandt's position. But who knows? I mean, if something happens to our boy Royce, I'd look like an idiot telling us to sell Brandt, because he'd probably jump in. Witsel's not starting next season. Dahoud and Jude are untouchables. I do agree with that, and I said it on stream a bunch of times, but at the same time, Jude and Dahoud for me are both more of number 8s. So Witsel's a 6. Witsel's what you want. He's your total CDM. So when you're playing in a 4-2-3-1, I find it's a little risky to have both Dahoud and Jude in there without Witsel. But they've done it. They've been successful at it, but I do think it's a little risky. So I'm very curious to see what Marco Rosa does next year, man. We should get Antonio Conte if Marco Rosa does bad. If Marco Rosa does bad, Terzic will definitely take the job on full time. But we'll never sign a Italian. We'll never sign a manager who doesn't speak German. New York FC is the best. New York City FC. No. I mean, Toronto FC is having a dog crap of a season, but Marco Rosa transform Brandt. It could happen. It could happen. I don't know. I said my point on it. My bad. I didn't know Gozens only had 1-year contract. We got Guerrero though. Yeah, I don't see Gozens joining us, but What if Rosa wants to keep Brandt and sell Dahoud? I would shit a brick. But I don't think they're going to sell. I think they're going to extend Dahoud. Gozens is not worth much more than 10 mil. I don't think he'll be coming to Dortmund, though. 4-3-3, drop Royce for Mo. I don't see Royce not starting every game. Brandt better than Dahoud, but Dahoud is good too. But like you guys now, just like Dahoud because he is playing pretty well, and just like last year, you guys hate Dahoud, and now you guys are in love with him. Yep, like I said, I could be wrong. But I think if you want to get the best out of Brandt, you got to play him as a 10. That's just my opinion. And you could get away with playing him as an 8, but it's going to take a certain type of formation. And then by playing Brandt, you have to disclude either Dahoud or Bellingham. You have to maybe fit Witsel in there. You also have Chan, who hasn't touched my starting 11 in a while, even though I have a feeling Chan seems to be preferred over other players. It's honestly a mind F right now, man. Can't wait for preseason. I'm excited too, man. I'm going to get up at 2 different streams, 6 a.m. We got Bologna friendly, we got a Bilbao friendly, and I'm very excited for both. So, literally, man, he's been horrible. The team's been horrible too, but Kobo, Rafa, Hummels, Akanji Mounier, I agree. Jude, Dahoud could work. Royce, Thorgan, Malen, Holland. That would pretty much be my starting 11. If you're gonna do a 4-2-3-1, like I said, the question marks for me do go to Bellingham and Dahoud. I think they both are better playing box to box, a little further up the pitch. You could put a Witsel in there. You could go in a 4-3-3, have Royce and Malen or 4-3-2-1, have Malen and Royce just under Holland, get Thorgan out. I don't know. There's a lot of ways to look at it, man. Do you honestly think that Dortmund's squad minus Sancho is going to win the Bundesliga? I never said that they were going to win the Bundesliga. I said that they have a huge opportunity to compete. There's always a chance that Nagelsmann doesn't work at Bayern. Nagelsmann is a manager who switches his formation on the drop of a dime. Hansi Flick played the 4-2-3-1 all season long. Nagelsmann's going to come in here with a totally different game plan, and if it doesn't take, this could be pressure that Nagelsmann's never had to deal with before, and there's always that option. Or Nagelsmann hits the ground running and they're laughing. Same goes for Marco Rosa. I think the only way Dortmund can really compete for the title without Sancho, is A, to properly replace him, B, make sure that Marco Rosa hits the ground running, and C, hope that Nagelsmann slips up. If those three happens, there's no reason why Dortmund can't at least push Bayern. I used to support Barcelona, but I used to like Dortmund too, but I like Dortmund more now than Barcelona fan base is cringy, and Dortmund fans are better and not plastic. Love it, my man. Love it. Well, you found the right channel for it. Playing Brandt deeper is a waste of his attacking talent. I agree, but for me, he's not going to start over Royce, so that leaves the bench. And that's my big issue with keeping Brandt. Oh, I didn't even realize that the Spain game is on. What the fudge? Forgot it started at 12. What's the score, guys? Someone said F. Brandt is just a lazy player. That's why he'll never reach the top potential. He has had reports and criticism about him being lazy. So, that's not... I don't 100% agree with that, but that is something that has been touched on. Maybe playing Emre Can's right back could be good. That's the only place I see him, man. I don't trust Chan in the middle of the park. I don't. Especially with Witsel coming back, Bellingham, Dahoud. I don't know. I think it's safer playing Chan as a right back. So... it's going to be interesting because, like I said, Emre Can, Emre Can just always seems to start. How do you rank our midfielders? Now, am I being biased? Okay. Probably Bellingham and Dahoud. Just their performances at the end of last year were unbelievable. I'd probably go Witsel, again, from experience. He looks like he's going to come back after a fit from the Euros. Then Chan, I guess. Then Delaney, but Delaney is obviously further. I don't know, man. It's so hard. I trust Chan the least. And I think Delaney could be further up the pitch, but I don't think he's going to be preferred or further up the list. Witsel, again, a lot of question marks will be how he will do coming back from injury. after a gruesome Euros. I don't know, man. What do you guys think? That's tough. Your opinion on formations, some experiments like Nagelsmann. Are you referring to Bayern or referring to my I think for Marco Rosa, he's going to play the 4-2-3-1. He could also play a 4-3-3. He could also play a 4-1-2-1-2, and he could also play a 3-4-3 or 3-4-1-2. These there's a shitload of formations he can play. But I think he's going to start off with a 4-2-3-1. 1-0 Croatia. Spain own goal. Okay. Bellingham is going to be able to win the best player award after 7 years. Also Mukuku and other players. Do you think Phil Foden is overrated? I think Phil Foden is overrated. I said that on Steven's channel, on Esteemed Company, when I went over there and said that Sancho was better. He didn't agree with me, but I don't know. I think Phil Foden's a good player. I just don't think he's near as good as people think he is. But what can you do? I think the problem with your first point regarding winning the Bundesliga, replacing Sancho, it's not possible with money we plan to spend. Again, but like I said, when it comes to Dortmund winning the Bundesliga, we will never go into this season being favorites. That's a fact. I've said the story many times, talking with Omayella, when they went into the season where they won the Bundesliga back-to-back, both years they weren't expected to win. For Dortmund to win the Bundesliga, everything needs to fall in place. The new manager has to kill it, like Klopp did. Young players who come in or just end up growing have to blossom, like Kagawa did, like Götze did. This year, for example, maybe Gio hits a level we never expected. Maybe contributing to the fact Meunier plays unbelievable. Maybe our new signings hit the ground running. Dortmund will never be the favorites. So if you ask me, do you think Dortmund have a chance? I'm going to say yes, because they do. I'll never say that they're the favorites, because they're not. But if everything hits, like I said, and all those things go right for Dortmund, with shit going wrong for Bayern, there is a chance. Witzel was amazing yesterday. He was, and it's giving me a lot of confidence, man. Chan is somehow our best defensive midfielder, yet our worst. I guess it's kind of a fair statement, man. If we don't win the Bundesliga, I just don't want Bayern to win it. They won it 9 seasons in a row. Yeah, I desperately don't want Bayern to win, but I think we'll be the ones stopping them. I have a bold claim that Leipzig is going to have a crappy season. Honestly, play for some players to stay healthy. Yeah, I agree. Witzel's very professional. He could be very important as a backup, but he's not the fastest anymore. I agree. His leadership will be crucial. But like you said, he's not the same Witzel anymore. And that injury he had doesn't help. We will win the Klassiker 3 times this season. I'm hoping. Sancho is clear of Foden. Fans only rate him because he broke into City's team and because he's in the Prem. I agree, man. Sancho is so clear of Foden. And when I was on Esteemed Company's channel, I was getting laughed at by the comments. They said, this guy's crazy. I was like, what? Super Cup and League twice. Yep. And that was with a team that wasn't supposed to win it. Rashford and Sancho at United would be scary. I'm happy to let Sancho go, but I wanted him to leave. But we signed both Malen and Noni. It'd be adequate replacement. It'd be fair. I'm desperate for United to sign Sancho, but I would laugh if another club got him and exposed United's board and owners. It'd be interesting, man. It'd be interesting. I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see. I think United will get the deal. Sancho to United for 90 is a joke. United fans are laughing at Dortmund. Yet they still don't even want to pay that much. It's ridiculous. But I'm only 13, but I know quite a lot about football. There you go, my man. All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up there for today. I appreciate everyone tuning in. A lot of BVB transfer talk to talk about today. I'm starving. I'm going to go eat some lunch. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Be sure to drop a like on the way out. We are running a contest throughout the course of July. Anyone who's a member is already entered into it. If you're a member on the channel, or if you do a super chat, for every super chat you do, you get entered into a draw. And the winner at the end of July will be a draw to win a kit of your choice. So just a fun little contest we're doing in. You can check more of it out on the community board if you didn't check it out yet. But we appreciate you guys tuning in. Appreciate all the support on the channel. We'll talk to you guys soon. And I'm going to go watch Spain probably lose. Bye, friends.